Welcome, everyone. So nice to see you today.
Thank you.
Well, this is a consolidation week. Last week, we learned a new kind of empty step. So we have had 2 weeks of really working on empty step while we learned some other moves. And we've learned 3 pretty interesting moves recently. So it seemed like the right moment to have a consolidation week. You know what that means because you've done it once before. That means we'll review absolutely everything, in particular, giving some extra time to the move we did last week. But we're also going to, it's really your class. So whatever it is that you're fuzzy on, let me know for that, or any particular parts. So we're also going to do this thing where at the beginning, we'll go through sort of everything we know. We won't do it as many times, but we're going to warm up first, and we'll do some skills work as we warm up, because that helps us get ready to use those skills as we move into our work. Then we're gonna run through real quickly just once, everything we know at this point. And at the end, there will be time for us to be running through everything that we know. And we will have hopefully rebuilt some confidence in some of those later moves, so that there's a real opportunity for you to feel like you don't necessarily have everything yet, but you have more at the end. So that's what this whole week is for. So your participation is really useful to just say, I need a little more time on that, or that footwork, or I can never do this, or hey, I actually figured that out. That's always a nice thing to hear. So all that will be good. So let's warm up with, let's start sort of the way we've been starting of late. Let's just, kind of gorilla and shake it all out. Just really enjoy shaking it all out. You can shake and really separate the bottom part of you from the top part. Remember, just like we did in the chair. So really ground that bottom part of you while you're shaking and get that gorilla. And then you can just kind of, play a little bit with moving that top part a little bit as you shake. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. So you can do that, just get that sense, that grounding sense. And obviously, when you're doing that, you're also getting this fold, right? This natural fold. And that bubbling well notion, we've talked about that a little bit before, that bubbling well notion where your weight is on every single part of, in this case, both feet, because both feet are supporting you, right? So that's good. Let's get that body shape going, right? That body shape where we have these nice curved Tai Chi arms. We're not too close. We're not way out here. We're just very rounded. Those elbows feel like they are drooping, and that fold is kind of there. So we're not like absolutely straight backed. There's a little bit of a tilt there, but our heads are straight up. That's nice. You folks look really good. Good job. And then we can open, and we can close. We're going to do a lot of closing. And you can use either arm at this point. You can open, but let's close the other arm now. Sometimes I think about this as my hands are going over this slimy, wonderful, kind of feels good. It's like there's water on top, floating ball or something, or blob. And I'm coming out to the ends, and then I'm closing. Feel the power of that ultimate close. Your hands kind of rotate, and then they turn. And again, we're keeping our body shape. So we do this, we'll be doing a lot of closing, right? A lot of moves where we close. And we're going to come back out here, and let's do the breathing tree, right? So here we go. We're breathing out. and breathing in. And if you want, you can rise as you come up and come down. This is a way you can practice that kind of sitting in the chair feeling. And you always have a circle. It's like it goes from being a large East Coast tree to one of those phenomenal West Coast trees. Nice. Really nice. Then I'm going to come a little closer to you. One more time. Nice. So our shoulders are down. I guess we'll do it a little longer. And here we are back in that shape with our elbows droopy and relaxed. But there's this shape to it. Like here you were, and then it grew just maybe an inch bigger. Nice. Just maybe. And the energy comes all the way out your fingertips. You see how mine aren't like this? Like this. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Those nice Tai Chi arms and hands. And we could do this too if we wanted, right? Nice. And we could keep our head straight when we do. When we do raise hands and we turn, we keep our head straight in front of us. So you can just like look at me or at your little box or whatever as you do that. And let's come back to center. And now let's remember that swimming we did. Just plain swimming. Sort of swimming. Not Olympic swimming, right? But sort of like that swimming you were taught when you were just learning to swim. And you may notice that I'm kind of going down and then I'm coming up because I'm getting this pushy feeling, sort of a pushy feeling, a power feeling as I come forward, which is kind of nice. And then even though we won't be coming up when we do raise hands, we could do the raise hands arms kind of this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to only turn our upper bodies. Remember that? And we're going to do it in both directions. So we're going to turn this direction the first time, off to your left. We turn our upper body. And our hands, you'll remember, our hands end up right in front of our center line. So if we go like this, we like come up and touch our face, right? On either side of our nose. So let's try the same side again. We're going to come in and turn. Nice. And we're going to come in and turn. Nice. And then we could do it on the other side. Why not? Come in and turn. Coming in and turn. Feels a little funny, huh?
Yes.
Yes, because you've already gotten used to doing it the right way, right? All right, but it's kind of nice to practice. Your brain, both sides of your brain need the help. Okay, we'll come in and do it the way we were doing it before. All right, just imagine what it's like for me, because I'm doing it the opposite. There you go. And so these are the arms for raised hands, right? Now, if we take these arms for raised hands and we just sort of turn our upper body to the corner. Yeah, that's nice, nice. We've gotten good at mirroring. And then we rotate them counterclockwise. Remember that? Rotate counterclockwise and pull down. And then we circle, remember that? Circle and close. Right. And this, see how one is down here? Yeah, nice, nice. Then the lower hand is going to come up and the upper hand is going to push down. And then when they get to this sort of neutral spot, somebody is trying to punch you. So you're going to deflect up turning your hand out, and end up like this. Very nice. All right, so let's swim. This is raised hands, right? We kind of are swimming. That's not where we start. We're going to get in the right end up position. So let's just swim. Get that feeling. Swim. Now we're going to do the swim turn. Swim turn. And now let's just go over here so we can practice the white crane arms. And we're going to rotate counterclockwise, pull down, circle arms, right arm up, left arm down. Nice. Now, you could be really angular, or you could try to relax your shoulder and just see if you can let your wrist go and finish it. So Jane, let your wrist, whoop, you can't even see mine. But yeah, let your wrist do something. Yeah. If your wrist can. All right, shake it out. One more time. Here. And we're just do a couple swims. 1 and a 2. And on the third one, we're going to turn and go into raise hands. Nice. Nice. And yeah, good job. Good correction. And then our chest is turned, right? Our chest is turned, but our head doesn't turn, and our arms stay relative to our head. Let's do it one more time. And 1, 2, this is going to be the third one, and turn. Yes. And now we're just going to get over here so we can do the arms mirrored, and we're going to rotate, pull down, and close. And you know, your arm just swings like this. It doesn't even go up. It doesn't really, it does one of these swinging around, right? So let's try this again. We're going to turn on the first one and turn, and over here, this is our white crane arms review, and rotate counterclockwise, pull down. And now on your left arm, it just swings up and over. Nice. Nice. Give yourself some good room. This is it's like you're holding some people say you're holding a big ball, but that ends up like this, right? But you've got some distance here. One more time. And raise hands. And over here. And rotate, pull, and over, and bottom arm up, and rotates. Yeah, nice. That's the arms for white crane and for raise. Well, there's some other things like we drop our hook, but we really can't do that until we do the footwork with it. So I did want to go over that. Let's do a little bit with footwork though, general footwork. We should remind ourselves about this empty step, right? So let's get back to this sense, and let's remember we talked about turning out. We talked about how you could turn out and swing, like really swing your whole pelvis. So do that for a minute. Sometimes in Tai Chi we do that. We really swing our tail. So get a feel for that. But when we swing our tail, does this other foot move? Does this other knee move? No, right? So swing your tail. Go ahead and swing your tail. Put your weight over on this side now. This is going to be very solid, relaxed, but solid, gorilla'd, right? And then we're going to swing our whole tail. You see how my tail, you can almost see my tail, right? I'm not going to let you see much of it, but you can see that I'm kind of turning, but this is not. But there's another way we can do it too. We can open here and let our tail stay back. Okay, and close, and open, and close. And that's quite hard to do unless you're kind of gorillaed. You see, we talk about that as rounding your crotch too when you do this. I mean, just rounding or opening your quad. And then let's switch over here, and our tail, you know, that dino tail is in back, and then here. And when we're doing empty steps, our dino tail is usually pretty much in back. Sometimes we swing that tail, but not so much in empty steps. So let's actually take this foot now, that's your right foot, come over, come to neutral, and let's put a heel out, and one center line, two sides. And that heel pad, right? Or we could sort of rock back a little, and when we rock back, we don't back this way. We kind of leave, we let our pelvis go back, and that releases the weight. We put our ball of our foot down, and we press that ball in. When we can push back with that ball and put the heel down right now, the heel pad, a whole heel pad. Can you get like 30% of your weight on it? And then let's shake it out, because chances are that get your thighs working. We'll come over onto this side. And again, when you open up here, keep your tail to the back. And then bring that whole Tai Chi pole here. That frees up this foot. Then this foot can go out. Let's heel touch. But is it a heel touch? Is it really a heel pad touch? Can you push in with it? Can you push in with it? Can you make sure that your knee is in the direction of your toes? It's a little, don't worry if your tail has moved a little bit, but don't swing that tail, because to swing it would take it off your center line. And what you really want is your tail to be on that center line. You can turn it on that center line a little bit, but you want it on that center line. Now we could just get into this first position and come up with a ball touch and come back and go over and come out with a ball touch. And it's not just a touch, you're actually pushing down. It's like you planted a seed and you're pushing down. So when we say, I might say toe touch, it's really a ball touch. I might say heel touch, it's really a heel head touch. So that was kind of the review of the things you're going to need inside of what we're doing. Anyone have any questions about any of that? We starting to remember everything? Kind of scary when we start putting the whole stuff together, you know? All right. Well, we'll see if we take a little bit less of the concerning aspects. All right. So right arm. Strangely enough, the right leg goes on the same side. So if you get confused, that's what we're going to do. We're going to start at the very beginning of what we know and go through it once. All right. So we have that. And then I'm going to show you the 3 moves that we're going to review. And you have a chance to ask questions, and we'll study them all for the rest of the class and practice at the end. Sound good? All right. Sounds good. Well, let's start in prepare. You should be all warmed up. So fishbowl, bubbling well on those feet. almost getting ready to sit in that chair, right? Feeling suspended on this very elongated, rising up spine of yours. Your whole body is just suspended like you were on a coat hanger. Opening, arms rotating and floating up to shoulder height. And then little wave, pushing that ball down into the water until you can't push anymore. Left ward off. Small shift left so that we can pivot, turn out right. Arms swing up as we sit down. Close step. Big macaw. Looking to 3 o'clock. Right ward off. Little shift to the right. We're going to pivot again. Turning right. Now our feet are parallel. All our weight left. Grab, pull with that left hand. Now we're getting ready to orient and bow step right as our arms close. Small bird for right ward off. Roll back, both arms rotating. Right arm pushes out to the corner, and then we swing and shift back all the way to the other corner. Continuing the circle for press. Oh, arms press out and expand as we shift forward. Push. A little bit more of a turn to square. Oh, arms coming back over the garage door and up the diagonal. Feel your legs pushing. Single whip. Coming back. As we shift back, our hands flatten and we start to turn, grabbing with our left hand, throw someone to the corner. Then our arms circle around. As we just shift back, we're still at the corner, but now our upper body turns a little bit to square as all our weight just about is now on our right leg. Windshield wiper that left hand, let the left leg come in and step out for a bow step. Heel, ball, toe with that left foot as you deflect and strike. You're looking through the tiger's mouth of your left hand. Raise hand and step forward. Bend that right knee a little. We're going to do another one of those turns to parallel. Our body just turns with us. All our weight to the left. Release that right hook. You're swimming now. Your arms are in that hands up position, and then that right foot goes out and into that raise hands position we just practiced. White crane. Arms rotating counterclockwise, pulling down. You're rocking back on that right heel. All your weight in the back as your arms start to circle. You step with the right foot to the corner and shift your weight as you close. One arm up, one arm down for white crane. Look at all of you. I thought I saw white crane. All right. All right. How are we feeling about that? Feeling pretty good? Good. Wonderful. So, well, that's a direction in which there's a lot you can't see, but you can see all the time, which is nice. Now, what I would like you to do, we're going to do it one more time like that. And then I'm going to do it towards you, and you're just going to watch. So as we do it one more time, I'll try to do it a little bit faster. And I want you to kind of in your mind go, ooh, that's the part I'm not quite sure of. My body's not quite sure. And then you'll be able to watch it as it's facing you. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to actually start though from push. Okay, so we'll start from push. Shift back, hands flatten. Get ready to grab and throw them in the corner, pivoting on that right heel. Arms continue to circle around as all you do is bend that right knee and shift back. And your arms are pressing down in front. Make a hook as you pivot. Left hand pointed towards the forearm. We're gonna windshield wiper, step out for a bow step, rooting, deflecting someone who's striking us, and then striking them as we move forward. And we're very open to the corner. Whoops, we have to go further than that, don't we? Sorry. So here we are. Can you get back in that position? I was going to stop right there. Okay, we're going to shift a little to the right and turn to the right till our feet are parallel. All of our weight to the left. Release that hook. We're swimming back. Everything comes to center, heel out. That upper body turned left as we rooted for 30% and we went into our arm position. Rotating those arms counterclockwise for white crane. We pull down, we're shifting back to, our arms are circling. Pick up the right foot and put it down, root it right as you close, and then shift over. Now you've swung your tail, right arm up, left arm down. Okay, so let's watch and then ask questions about these moves. So I'm going to do them from here, I think, I hope. All right. From push, shifting back, hands flatten, left hand grabbing, right hand follows, throwing at the corner. I'm still oriented to the corner and I'm just shifting back. Now my left foot pivots because there's not really any weight on it. And I'm up. Windshield wiper, deflect, heel ball toe, bend knee. Raise hands, shifting a little, turning, all our weight, circling. Here's that turn, raise hands. White crane, hands rotate. Pull down, all our weight's in back so I can turn that front leg. Shift, one up, one down, 30%. All right, shall we try it again ourselves? And then more questions, right? I just think there's a lot to be said for trying it, right? And then going, I've tried it 3 times and I need help with this part, right? Okay, so think about that. All right, so we're at push. Shifting back, hands flatten, pull, throw them in the corner. Arms continue to circle. We're coming back. Almost all of our weight is now on that back foot as our left foot pivots. We've made our hook. We're turning, windshield wiper step. As we start to move forward, we deflect and strike for single whip. Raise hands, start to shift right and turn, pivoting on that left heel to 45 degrees. All our weight left, starting to swim, raise those hands and one line, 2 sides, heel touch as we turned our torso to the corner. You might just look down right now and make sure your left knee is somewhere close to in the direction of your left toes. White crane. We're gonna rotate our hands counterclockwise and pull back. Circle our arms. Step, close. We've swung our tail, one arm up. We root. Before we finish, we do the 30% and finish pushing up and down. All right, let's hear on a scale of 1 to 5, and people can put their hands up. So if you don't want to unmute, I'd love to hear voices, but if you don't want to unmute, that's all right. How are we feeling about single whip? 5, I'm able to follow. I'm really feeling great about it. 4, I'm able to follow you most of the time. 3, I really have some things I'm trying to work on. 2, I'm getting lost a lot, 1, did we do something called single whip? Right? So where are we on single whip?
I'm going with 3.
Okay, where are you? Let me see. The Scanandors. Did I pronounce that right? Were you guys looking good?
Yeah, we're looking good. About 4 or 5 here.
Yeah, so we have a couple people at 5 and we got people at 3s. I didn't see everybody else. And for, oh, great, fabulous. Okay, single whip is looking like it's pretty good. Of single whip, footwork versus arms about the same, or is footwork better or worse? It's about okay, it's worse. Okay, for at least one person. Okay, and I guess other people didn't seem to be voting, so so it may be that it's all kind of what it was. All right, let's just move on so I have a sense of where everybody is. So now we're talking about raise hands, step forward. How are we feeling about raise hands, step forward on that 1 to 5 scale? So I've got some 4s. And I've got a 5, and I've got some people who aren't really telling me. And I've got a 3. And part of this, I have to say, has to do with people who've had it before. So if you're saying, how could they possibly be, well, I'm seeing those, 4s and 5s in particular from people who've cited it before. Okay, and then white crate. Okay, so I'm kind of seeing, and there's uncertainty about white crane, because white crane's the move we have done the least. but a lot of people are feeling okay about white crane, I think, because we could give sort of equal time. Okay, I maybe a little more time to white crane. One of the challenges of white crane is that it doesn't have good views. So I'm going to show you white crane again from a view that you can't do it as easily. Okay, so and that's this view. So we're here, right? And our arms rotate. So you can't really do it while I'm doing it. We pull down and the arms close together. Just as they're closing together, we're going to turn that leg, because there's now nothing on it, that right leg, and we're going to root it right as you close. And now that it's rooted, you can shift your weight. And what's actually happening right here is, because you shift your weight like that all at once, I mean, you don't do it, we kind of hide it. This shoulder could be hitting somebody, right? Could be hitting somebody. So it's kind of, we don't express that, but that's part of what's happening. So let me show you that again. White crane is that rotation and that pull down. And then here's my arm circling, close step, root, but then shift, right? Now we don't speed up, but I'm showing you the shift. Now, almost all my weight is on the right. There's just a little on my left. So I very quickly shift the rest of it. One arm goes up and one comes down. And we kind of come to neutral here. And then your foot comes out and roots as we're a little higher, right? And then you're able to deflect with that upper hand as you put the 30%. I see some folks practicing. Nice job. Remember that wrist is part of it. So that wrist is part of it, right? Yeah, it's not. See how my wrist is? It's part of the circle. It's part of the circle, whichever way you want to look at it. All right, shall we try that again? Let me see what I have here for reasonable. Okay, we could do this a couple of ways. We can do we could do it from the way we've been doing it, but we could also have single whip starting at 12 o'clock. So you want to try, let's see. So if single whip is like this, right? So you're in a left bow stance, you're just looking at me. Where our left hand, you're looking through it. You at shoulder height, you've got your strike. And then, out to the back corner, you've got your hook ready to hit up at throat height, your throat height. Okay? And now we're gonna shift back to our right and turn 45 degrees. We're gonna do raise hands. And then all of our weight to the left and coming in. Raise hands, step forward. Now we're going to rotate those arms. and pull down. As we do, see me, my weight shifting back. My arms are circling. I'm turning that right leg. And now I'm going to put it down and root because my arms have closed and shift. Now, all my weight to the right, the bottom right arm comes up, the left arm goes down on the inside, my left foot, one line, two sides, white crane. Oh, hold that for just a moment. Nice. Nice job. I see some folks have corrected things too. All right, was that angle a reasonable angle to try it at?
Mhm.
Good. Let's do that one more time. Let's see, what did we do? We did single whip, so same position we had before. Left bow step to 12 o'clock, looking through your tiger's mouth. Shift to the right, turn, pivot, all our weight to the left. Arms circle, put that right foot down. 30% as you turn your upper body, right? Then everything stays put and we just rotate our arms. Then we pull down as we're rocking back on that front foot, all our weights starting to come to the back. So we turn and get ready to root. We root just as our arms close and then immediately push ourselves on with our left foot. And I want you to look down, make sure that that right knee is in the direction that your toes are. You may have swung too far, lots of folks do. You want your tail to be just pointed back at this point. Right arm up, left arm down. Your other foot is totally released, comes to center, and then comes out for one line, two sides. And once it's rooted and you start to put the 30%, you can deflect and finish both pushing down and coming up. Yes, looking very good. Looking very good. Good job. All right, so what's happening? What's happening with this? Somebody's coming towards you, and what you should imagine, it's probably in actuality a little bit different, but imagine that somebody's like coming towards you like this. I mean, you could get, if you have somebody who lives with you, you could get them to kind of do that at some point, but be nice, don't actually choke you. But they're coming in, and what you're doing is this. You're gonna one arm up, one arm down. The way it's apt to be used is you're also gonna spread them out, but we show it like this. So you're connecting with them here, one arm here, so they're not actually punching you. I mean, it could be, because that we've done that a lot, but they're actually coming for your like throat, so you've got to get rid of the other hand too, right? So that's what's going on. You're getting rid of the other arm also. So if understanding what's going on helps, that's what's there. All right, so we've kind of done raise hands. Now, a couple times we've done white crane, but we should give ourselves some help on single whip. So how, not everybody was feeling confident in single whip, and the footwork was one of the challenges to single whip. I'm going to show you one more time talking about footwork so that you can actually see it from the front, okay? And call out the footwork a little bit more. So now I'm shifting back. And I'm going to make sure that sooner or later, I am barely have anything except just that little tiny bit of my heel edge. Then I'm going to start kind of think about turning and grabbing. And when I do, I am going to tell you this right now. I'm going to grab with this hand. So, because I'm going to pull somebody here, right? But this arm is going to rotate palm in the direction, I mean, not palm, back of the hand in the direction, this arm here, back of the hand in the direction that we're going, just a little bit. It's going to follow. So when my left hand grabs my right hand, they kind of go palm out, both of them a little bit. But what you're actually doing is you're kind of going to put this behind somebody. Okay, so that's what's happening there if you want a little more detail. So here we are. We're going to shift back. We're going to grab as we start to turn. And now it's really critical that your weight be back at this point, because turns happen on your Tai Chi pole. And your Tai Chi pole has to be right on top of your foot, your back foot. But guess what? It's your foot stays where it is. This leg stays where it is. And that's what's so awkward about it. And that's why you may not be able to get all the way around. Then you're going to come back. And you see how I'm just sitting back, coming straight back on that diagonal until I'm here. And if you want, you can release this foot earlier. You can release it earlier to make it easier for you. Mine usually stays here and then releases as I go up. And it looks like it's my hook is way up. I can see that, but it's actually about my throat height. And this hand pointing here. Then where's that weight? It's all on this foot. So I can windshield wiper, and see that other foot can come in as I start to turn. But as I start to turn, I'm not going to turn my tail right now. My tail is staying at the corner. I'm just opening that crotch area as I step out, and I've windshield wiper. Then heel, ball, toe, deflecting, and then bend, knee, strike. And I'm very open to the corner. So how many people are feeling their knees kind of torquing? Sometimes or all the time? Sometimes, not sure, not sure. Okay, so don't turn as far. That's one way. And I'm also just going to show you here another thing one can do. This is how what I had to do for years, and it worked for me. Okay, and it is what Master Yang recommends. Okay, so see if I can remember how to do it. So we throw to the corner, and then at this point, you want to think about both of your balls of your feet, and then just oh, I don't know if I can actually do it now. This is terrible. Remember how I used to do it. Yeah, I have to not get around as far. I'm just getting around as far. So I could only get around this far, okay? And I'd come over, and then I would watch my feet. I would twist this way. That allows you to stay out here and then come back. And this is his approved method. Okay, so let me show you that one more time. You come, I mean, I went and I did this every time for like 5 years, and then finally I was able to do more. So I'm coming back and I'm coming around, but I can't come around far enough. So my body's turning. I pivot on my balls of my feet, and then I've got them to the corner. And then it's a whole lot easier to come back and go up. So that's a tip. So you can try that. Another thing, if that proves to be a challenge for you, then there are other things that you can do, like just keep going, but it makes it very hard to step out into your bow step if you don't somehow get those feet lined up earlier, right? So give that a try. And I'm happy to have a special session with anyone who wants to work on this footwork, because this footwork just really is a bear, and you don't want to torque your knees. Don't say, oh, I can just keep going, toughing through it. This would be a very bad idea. Okay? Any other questions about any of these moves?
Edie, when you turn, are you on the inside of your forward foot or on the outside of your forward foot?
When you do it the normal way?
Yeah.
Okay, you have such great body sense, my dear. Okay, so all the time except just about this case. Remember I talked about the bubbling well, and we talked about shifting the weight to our heel or using our toe, our ball of our foot. But every other time, we really are moving, our whole foot is on the ground when it's on the ground, all right? But when we do this, like this, you are gonna feel like your weight is on the outer edge more than the rest of your foot. This one, this foot, I think you're considering your forward foot at that point.
Yes.
And then as you bend this knee, it all gets easier and just weight comes off. So that is what happens.
But it's right here that I'm asking, when you go right where you stopped, when you turn, where are you turning on that forward foot? Right after where you stopped?
On my right foot or on my left foot? So I'm gonna turn like this, and this is my left foot right here. You want to know which foot you
have your left foot right now.
Yes.
When you go to turn, what part of your foot are you on?
So what happens next is you see how this knee back here is just aligned to the corner?
Yeah.
I just start to bend the knee, and it takes all the weight off of this foot.
Okay.
So there's really no weight on it. I mean, there could be a little weight on it, in which case at this point it could be on the whole foot, but I'm going to pivot on the ball.
Okay,
so I'm going to pivot on the ball right here. So if that answers your question.
Yeah, it's not on the outside or the inside, it's right on the ball. Okay.
And here's a complexity. I'm nicely laying up here, but if your bow steps are short, I think I've mentioned this before, this whole thing is going to be happening out here.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, you're going to feel like your knees are crossed. So you really are going to have to get that weight off that foot. That's another complexity of it. So I think I told you maybe a longer bow step would be helpful to you in this if you're having trouble. All right, we want to practice everything we know together, right? All right, so let's do it from the correct direction. Prepare. Opening. You're at shoulder height, and now we're pushing that ball until we can't push anymore. Left ward off. We're turning out, we're swinging. We're going to swing back now and sink. Left bow step as our arms cross, and really enjoy lifting that macaw, looking to 3 o'clock. Shifting right, we're going to do right ward off. Pivoting to the right, all our weight left. Grab, pull with that left hand. Close, step right. And here comes that small bird. Roll back, arms rotating, upper body turning. You're at the corner and then you're pushing back, swinging to the other corner. Arms circling as you turn back and press out as you come forward. Push. Arms in front of you. Coming back over the garage door and up the diagonal. Shifting back, hands flatten. This is single whip. Grab, pull, go all the way to the corner. Circling around as you shift back and make a hook. Turning on that Tai Chi pole, stepping out windshield wiper, deflecting heel, ball, toe, and strike. Raise hands and step forward, shifting right enough to turn that left foot parallel. All of our weight to the left, you're swimming. Raise hands and step forward. You're going to turn your upper body 30%. Rotate left, pull. Circling your arms. There's no weight on that right foot. Turn it and shift. Right arm up, left arm down, foot out, root. Finish that deflection. We have time to do it one more time. We are going to do it from 6 o'clock. Okay? So I want you to turn your backs to me and push out. Just push out, actually. Just go to push and push out. Right, good. And we're going to go into single whip from here. Okay? Shift back. You're going to shift back, hands flatten. You're going to grab, pull, and you're going to throw all the way to the corner. Arms continuing to circle. Pushing down in front as you're back. And then make your hook. Windshield wiper. Step. Deflect heel, ball, toe, and strike. Bend knee. It's a little different view, huh? Let's try that again. From turn your back to me. And your finishing push. Your right foot is forward. Your right foot is forward. Your hands are up, pushing. You're going to shift back. Your hands are going to flatten. We're going into single whip. Your left hand grabs, your right hand follows. You turn on your Tai Chi pole. You throw to the corner. Your arms continue to circle. And you bend that right knee and you shift back on that diagonal. Arms pressing down in front. Then make your hook. Windshield wiper, deflect, heel, ball, toe, and strike. Raise hands, shift right, turn right, all our weight left, coming in, heel, turning. That's raise hands. White crane. Hands rotate, pull down. All our weights in the back. Close. Step. one up, one down. White crane. Well, we all ended up in the same place.
Barely.
I have no idea what happened in the meantime. Are we feeling like we've got a little more under our belts today?
Yeah.
I'm seeing some thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, good. Important. If this is your first time in particular, it's a lot, but we'll have it on this tape. So you'll have, I say tape, there aren't any tapes anymore. Anyway, let's give ourselves just one moment. I know it's time, but let's just do one, dragging our fingers through the sand. Yeah, it's just such a nice thing to do together. Coming up and relaxing after such a fabulous work together. Thanks, everyone. Good work.
You.